Okay, so I guess we'll do a quick video on putting the chin mount that I got from the guy in New Zealand who makes these things for the Shoei NeoTech 2 helmet. Show the installation of this. Like I say, I'll put a link to the guy that already has a video on this. His is better than mine, I'm sure. But anyway, we're going to put this together, get this thing mounted, and we'll run through that real quick. Shouldn't take too long. It's mostly pretty simple. You're going to clean off this area right here with an alcohol pad, peel the backing off after we've located where we want it to be, which is pretty straightforward. I mean, it fits right in there, so there's not a lot of places else for it to be. So we just need to do that, get it located, and I'm going to put a couple of clamps on here to hold it in place while it dries. So simple as that, really. I am going to take the chin curtain out because it's in the way a little bit. So I'll take that loose, and that'll help us clamp it. So get that done here. And this thing comes loose every time I mess with it, except for when I want it to, of course. It's Murphy's corollary, right? So, come on. There you go there. There we go. Got it loose. I'm a little stubborn today. Alright. Okay, so we got the chin curtain out of the way. Now we can clamp this thing in place. We're going to test the clamps first. So we got that set and ready to go. And then we'll actually clean it and apply it. Alright, I want to keep this as basic as possible. So when I clamp these things, I want it to just be a matter of quickly moving them to the location of the front of the helmet. So let's see here. If I put this here, set it into place, and go boom. Once I set it, is that clamp big enough? Clamp's not big enough, so that's the kind of thing we got to find out here. If it is big enough to hold the sides and keep this thing up. So we'll let it sit there, and that'll prop it up anyway. So, alright, let's find a better clamp system. Let's see if these bigger ones will come in here and do the job, hopefully. Let's see, so if we came in and we had placed this, can we get pressure with this clamp? Shoot, I can put this one clamp right in the front and get good pressure just like that, I think. So I think that'll work, boys and girls, right there all by itself. If we want a little extra, we can bring this one in on that side, and this one to that side. I think we're just going to try and put pressure there. That's pretty much the way. Okay, I think these will do. We just got to get them set into place so we got an idea where we want the clamp to go, and we've got to just clean the chin here with the alcohol pad. So let's do that now. The guy that makes these provides the alcohol pad when you buy it. So we'll clean the helmet, the mating surface really well with the alcohol pad as provided. Good and cleaned off. Right where it's going to go. All the residue and everything. Alright, I think we've got her cleaned up. Let that alcohol get out of there and dry. Looks like we're getting there. Alright. Looks like she's clean and dry. Alcohol's evaporated away. Alright. So let's peel this red backing off. Get ready to set it. Alright. Got the backing coming off. It's loose. Let's get it positioned very carefully, not to touch anything. Let's get it right in there, perfectly centered. Got it set. Let's get a clamp in place. Our main clamp that we were going to do at the bottom. Get that clamp in place. I can bring this other clamp in and slide this one slightly to the side. A little bit more pressure. Okay, so we got set in place. Clamp down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to release the button on the helmet itself that locks the helmet in place. That's something I want to let go at the moment, of course. Couldn't go that smoothly. That's just crazy talk. Alright, there we go. That'll enable us to bring the helmet up so that we can let this thing sit and cure, hopefully overnight. Oops, I'll let it collapse. Looks like we're getting some really good compression out of these clamps, and that's a good thing. So it looks like it's going to bond well. Well, he looks, appears like. Good pressure all the way across. Check one more thing here. Just a situation where we can maybe apply just another clamp to give it a little pressure there. Hold a little more pressure on it. Looks like there is. Now if I can keep the helmet from falling over, that's going to be a neat trick. Maybe I do that right there, and this right here, a couple of clamps down here, keep the helmet from tipping over. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but put a few clamps on it, probably overkill, but got all these clamps holding this thing in place. Got good pressure on all of it, and we're going to let it sit overnight so that we can really make sure it cures well. And this is going to enable us to mount a GoPro right there on our chin, sticking out, so that we can get real good point of view video when I do these rides and test rides on the bikes. So hopefully I'll be able to bring you guys better video going forward when we're riding and things. Also, again, testing this camera that we just did the case modifications on. to make sure that it records voice well, and opening up that microphone to make sure that that's working. Along with it allows us to charge while we're taking video. So, you know, this really opens up a lot of possibilities to take longer videos in the garage while I'm working on things, and then being able to edit certain things out of those videos. So I will be getting back to the CB750. As you can see here, got some parts in for the top end rebuild. So hopefully we'll be starting that pretty soon. Anyway, that's the goals for right now. Okay, so the chin mount we kept on the helmet clamped up all night long. So what we're going to do now is take it off and see how it came out. So let's see what we get here. Trying to keep this in frame. Release that clamp. Release that one. This clamp. This one. Right. Get these two clamps off here. Stay up on its own now. Alright. So what we can do now, as you can see, this can enable us to mount that GoPro right here on the chin and still have, this is the thing that I ordered this mount because it still allows us to use the vent and the actual release for the faceplate. On these modular helmets, it's real hard to do camera mounts a lot of times, particularly for vlogging. Now that I'm going to do a whole lot of vlogging, what I've done here, like I say, is mount this. This guy 3D prints these out of, like I say, he's in New Zealand. Like I say, if I can find a link to the guy's video who turned me onto this mount, I'll link it below. But it's a really good mount, and here real quick I'll try and see if I can show you how it'll look mounted up. Alright, let's see. Hope you guys can see that. So basically what it does is, like I say, it puts that GoPro right on the chin, keeps the actual camera part centered in the helmet, and allows full use of the release button on the helmet to release the front of the helmet, and full use of your vent on the helmet. So keeps all of the helmet's functionality there and puts the camera right out front. Should give a good point of view videos, and so that's what we're going for. Anyway, also this that I have on here is it's a wind foam that covers all the microphones on the GoPro and keeps that buffeting wind noise out on rides. And I've tested it earlier on the CL350 ride. Seems to work really well. I mean, you barely hear any wind noise with that thing on there, so it works well and still allows you to be able to access everything with regard to menus and buttons and whatnot. So anyway, so like I said, I like running this. Have the media mod in case, like I said, I want to do some vlogging. So I don't know that vlogging's going to be my thing, but I do like to present videos that give some point of view perspective while we're doing rides. So anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a little peek at all that, and if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks, guys.